What's going on, wood junkies? Just down here in the basement getting ready to sharpen and clean up my saws for this weekend. The tree service had dumped those 4 logs off, so I'm wanting to cut those up, maybe quarter them up. They're kind of big, so in this video we're going to be sharpening them, and then I'm going to show you how I clean them out. And I pretty much, in an earlier video I showed you guys I used the Pferd system. It's a 2-in-1, kind of like the steel. I think it's a little bit cheaper, not as expensive. I bought it on Amazon for, I think, $25, 30 bucks. So that's what I use. I got the 3/16 and the 7/32. It works good for me. Every probably three sharpenings, you want to like kind of hit that gullet, get your gullet down, you know, take a file and you know, ream that gullet out a little bit, and then come back and hit it with the 2-in-1 system. So if you guys stick with me, we're gonna sharpen these 2 saws up and get them ready for this weekend. So here's what I use. This is the 2-in-1 Pferd. As you can see, it's got the, let me set this down here. You got a file on each side. So each file is for a different direction, for the opposite direction. And then you have your middle file there for your rakers. And it kind of looks like I'm gonna need to get a new one there. It's starting to get wore down a little bit, but. And then these guide bars, what they do is they sit on the teeth and pretty much gauge your depth. So this file doesn't dig too much. These are there to get you the perfect depth, and these kind of set everything. They pretty much set the depth of all each stroke. So that's what I use. I like it. I had I think it was called the Timberline Pro or something. The one you kind of, it's the jig you hook up to your chainsaw, and I don't know. That thing was just kind of wonky, you know. And it was expensive. It was like $150, $120. I don't know. But I pretty much stopped using that because I got sick of just setting it up. And with this, you can just grab it and go. So. You know, I like these. These seem to work pretty good. So this is my go-to. So what I do is first start with the Sharpie black, whatever color, and then so sharpen. The arrows for your direction you want to go. So try to go with the arrows so you can ruin the files. If you go the opposite way, it's going to feel away. If I go like that, and the arrow's not there, it's not going to ruin the file. So try to go the way the arrow points on the angle. Nice. Keep this exact angle with 2. And you have to push hard, trying to let the file do for you. So that sound you hear is file breakdown. Before. So you got to hit the file down. That's the outer top right there. You want to parallel. Make sure you're not hitting either. As a parallel, even strokes, make sure everything's the same. So that's it. We're back to our red mark, and that's all the filing for that one side. So yeah, we started with that tooth right there. It goes pretty quick, but as you can see, we're yes, you can see the gullet there. It's starting definitely to come out. So this is the last filing that I'll do, and then the next sharpening I'll ream that gullet out a little bit because it's getting pretty, it's getting moon shaped, and I want more of a crescent shape. It's getting kind of You know, I want it more crescent than that. Yeah, you can see it definitely cuts better when you ream that out a little bit. So we'll sharpen the other side, and then you know, I like to take this apart and blow it out with compressed air, and you know, get it all cleaned up, especially after quartering wood. When you quarter wood, there's so much dust and debris and just a bunch of stuff that gets in your saw, because you're doing so much cutting that this definitely needs to be cleaned out. So we'll switch sides here. I'll mark this side, and we'll get this side all sharpened up. So that side's done. So sharpening this didn't take too long with that. That went pretty quick. You know, these are pretty sharp. And what I like to do, I got my drawer over here. I like to that in there. I like to just take a piece of wood. I'll set you guys back up. And I just like to knock all the burrs down a little bit. Just with a piece of wood. So get your, set your chain brake, and then just go with a block of wood just down the opposite of the knives. And pull it back. Just to knock off any of the burrs on the edge. Just quick. Something quick. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit sharper when you do that. Kind of gets that little burr on the edge off there. So yeah, just use a 2x4 block of wood or whatever, and just set your brake and just go down on it. Seems to work pretty good. Sorry for the lighting down in the basement. I got one decent light over here, but I got my kid's weight bench and all his weights and stuff over here. So I'm using just a little light so you guys can see here. I don't have a big fancy studio or anything like that. It's just, you know, down in the basement. I don't have a garage, I have a carport, as you saw in the other videos. So yeah, these are pretty sharp now. It feels pretty good. So what I like to do, let's take this off, and then we'll clean all the debris out of the cover here, and then we'll saw out, and then I'll probably flip it. I don't think I've flipped it for a bit. So I like to flip the saw every three or so sharpenings. Or just drop it. So yeah, that cover's not too bad right there, but we'll still blow it out. And then that's not too bad for quartering all that oak up. So yeah, what I do is I just take some compressed air here, just blow it all out. I must have blew one of my guide rails out. Sometimes I don't think it just blew out, but I did order a pack of those the other day. Sometimes you pull these off and clean them, and then your little guide rail comes off. I also like to get both foot caps, especially the oil. All that oil builds up, and then these caps don't close. And then sometimes you spill your oil because your cap won't close because you got so much debris. So just flip this up and clean it out underneath that. It's nothing worse than spilling your bar oil after you just got done filling it up, and you turn it over and your cap didn't close all the way, and then it spills all over the ground. With my bar, I just take anything that can fit in between here and just run it. Just run it in there. See all this junk coming out. These little mud, mud scrapers and stuff, or paint scrapers, whatever, work really good. And it gets all that. This is the perfect fit for this bar. So got that side, get this side. And that stuff comes pouring out. And every little bit will make your saw run a lot better. Yeah, see these teeth are all stuck. So what I'll do sometime is I'll just, what I'll do is I'll take the saw and just kind of run it over the stairs or whatever. I don't care if these stairs get some stuff, but it kind of breaks. Whatever was in there, it kind of broke it loose. So now it spins. It wasn't spinning before. It gets jammed up. So just run it over something. Take care of the teeth, but this wood's not going to hurt them. So yeah, it's actually spinning now. So I do that, and then like I said, I'll flip this bar. I'll flip the bar around, and so yeah, now I just flip this bar, and we should be should be good to go. Everything's cleaned up. So that's pretty well clean. And then this, you know, has a few things. But yeah, that's pretty well clean. I'll take that. Bar's cleaned up, so we should be good to go on that. So yeah, as you can see, I got these off Amazon. These were new, and these seem to fit tighter than some of these stock ones do. So, you know, don't hesitate on order on Amazon. Some of these fit pretty good and they're pretty tight, so I'm not too worried about those flying off on me. Yeah, I was cleaning the 261 and noticed that one of those came off. So it's like, you know, you change the bar out or you change something out, these can pop off pretty easy. So guys, that was just a quick video on how I sharpen my saw and how I clean it. Everyone's different. That's the way I do it. You know, some people use chain sharpeners, you know, electric chain sharpeners. You know, some people just use one file. I've used a file. I like using one file. But when you're busy, the 2-in-1 sharpener works great. It gets it done quick. It sharpens fast. It does a good job. It takes your rakers down. So it does everything in one, you know, in one swipe. So if you're looking for speed, that's the way to go. If, you know, precision, you can use your file and then take your rakers down. For softwoods or hardwood, you know, I have a raker depth gauge that I use for hardwoods and softwoods. But, you know, a lot of times I'm in a rush. I don't have time to be super precise, but this thing will do a good enough job to where you go out and cut really good. Like I said, I hit my spike the last time I was cutting, and the saw still ran perfect for me. So the sharpener does a good job. So if you guys are in the market for a chainsaw sharpener, you know, check out the 2-in-1. Check out a few more videos of people doing it, using it. I'm here to tell you that I like it. It does a good job. It's fast. It's simple. And all you have to do is just buy new files every so often. Like I said, go, you know, use your arrows on the thing and then file the same way every time. Don't change it up. Use your arrows and go that way every time. So I hope you guys like this video. Stay tuned for the next one, and you guys have a good weekend.